What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? How's everyone doing this evening or morning? Where the hell you are in the world? Hopefully still good. It's your boy Ivanimal with me to the left or right or whatever the fuck. My boy NidgeDFX. Here's another prediction for the final death battle of the season of 2020. Hulk versus Brawley. Marvel versus Dragon Ball / Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, this is actually the Hulk's second time in his death battle, and this is Brawley's first. Both green, angry, fucking shit-taking motherfuckers. I don't think I diarrhea. I don't know. But anyway, this is gonna be an interesting battle. So as we guys always say, when we do our own little research, we kind of compare some feeds and then we think who and decide who we think would win. Just based on our knowledge and stuff that we researched. And you guys know the gist by now. So
yeah, exactly. Kind of basically what he was saying right there is that we are under the impression, based on what we were told through Twitter they did for their 10th anniversary of Death Battle. They showed a sneak preview of these two fighting, and they said Super in the background scrolling by the words of Brawley and Devil scrolling by the background of Hulk. So we are under the impression in making this video based on those two. Also, recently, though, the Brawley enters Death Battle type of, quick, analysis. They did mention semi-composites of Brawley. So based on that information, that's all we can go off of. We're going to be assuming it's all pure Devil Hulk and it's composite Brawley. So please just understand, we're going off of the information we have. Our goal here is to entertain you guys for an hour and really just kind of show everything that we know of our skills, because we're huge fans of all these series. And, interact with you guys. And you guys can definitely feel free to shoot some comments to us to also further educate us. So without further ado, then, we are going to get started.
Good, man. That's always good to know.
Yes. So, feats, I think that's a huge thing to go over. I'm taking Team Brawley here, because you know me, I'm a DB tard. And he's going to be taking... whatever his name is.
Hulk.
Broccoli. Jolly Green Giant.
Broccoli.
Go away. We don't need none of that green.
Yeah, he's that green giant. He's that green giant, that green bean giant shit from that green bean commercial.
Get that out of here. Get that out of here. DB Tard here. Team DB Tard. That's right.
Dean don't give a fuck about Marvel, but interested enough Tard. That's what I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right, our job here is making it entertaining, so please go along. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, what do you want to go over first for their abilities? I can also lead. It's up to you.
You can lead it this time. Let's see what Brawley has, because I'm more interested in knowing about him.
Okay. So durability could be a make it or break it situation. But I really want to I'll bring it up first, because I think it's a very interesting, obviously, right? People that can give crap, but can they take it?
Yeah.
So with that being said, they are using composite Brawley. I'll remind you one more time, and after that, please do not take me out of context. So we're going off of both Brawleys of his existence. Now, originally in the world, when Frieza did his little finger, like, ha, 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 and he, like, blew up the planet with one finger, he obviously was that was baby Frieza form. Okay, we have to understand that. Frieza is, like, probably hundreds, if not millions of times stronger than that form. But when he went and destroyed that planet, he killed every single damn Saiyan on that planet except Brawley as a newborn baby and his father. The baby had some type of like instinct to do a key bubble to block it and to survive it. Now, to be able to do that, according to the Daizenshuu, which I can give you guys, it's like page 113. To be able to basically form a barrier and not have your barrier penetrated, you have to you have to give out twice the power of what's coming at you. That's in their world of, this is by writer, whatever you want to call it. So the fact that he was able to barrier him and his father, and they floated through space forever, in the original OG Brawley, he was able to do that. And destroying Planet Vegeta alone would be dwarf star level. So minimally, That's Dwarf Star to blow it up. But on top of that, you also have to take into account to kill every Saiyan on that planet, their power levels are like very strong. So to be able to like for instance, if Frieza did that to like, let's say for instance, if Frieza did that to our planet, none of all of us, we get hit by a car, we're in the hospital. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like we're not very strong human. We are strong, but you know what I mean. It's not fiction, nonfiction. Versus you go to Planet Vegeta, you're talking about people that can like, you know what I'm saying? They can pick up fucking buildings with one hand and whatever. And he literally did that with one finger, and he took them all out. So not only did he do that with the planet and all the Saiyans, but he couldn't take out Broly. So to me, I say it's even beyond twice the power to destroy that planet, because the strongest planet density on in our galaxy is Jupiter or
Jupiter.
What's the biggest planet? Jupiter?
Jupiter, yeah.
It's like 2.4 dense gravity. Vegeta was 10 times gravity. So again, like the fact that he was able to body that as a baby, newborn, and just instinctively just did it and bubbled his father, and they floated through space, which space alone is another durability to survive in space, right? And survived it. That to me is pretty damn impressive. So Dwarf Star was what's to destroy that planet, and he survived it. And I'm even gonna throw him up a little bit. That's the highest feat that I know of. I'm sure someone else is gonna probably crush me. But anyways, what do you have for Hulk?
Well, for Hulk, obviously, he's if we remember from his previous death battle, like he was strong enough to probably at his full power. This is just kind of a low ball situation right here. So I'm gonna stick to what I remember from that death battle, plus the notes I have right here in front of me. And so in his not Devil Hulk form, but as a World Breaker Hulk form, he managed to he could pretty much survive a planet explosion. He could definitely survive a planet, which I'm pretty sure
survived it. Was he knocked conscious? Was he fragile? Was it nothing? Like he just shook it off? Or
I'm pretty sure it was just enough. Like he bodied it, but it kind of drained him that he was kind of forced back to Bruce Banner. So like he did kind of body it, but he kind of it just took a lot of energy out of him, and he just
Broly as a baby just casually took a planet that was 10 times more explosion with the Saiyans on top of bodying the planet.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. So I just want to throw it out there.
Yeah, so that's pretty much one of the strongest things I can see him do. Like he's taken hits from Juggernaut. He's mindless Hulk. He's able to resist all reality being propelled away. I don't know if that's actually a durability feat or a hacks, but that's what it says here in my notes. And he can have his all organs twist up and just keep going. But I guess the thing he's really most notable is just taking hit from Hercules too, because if Hercules in the shit, I'm sorry for screwing this up, in the Marvel universe, and pretty fucking strong. I say just cast yeah. I'm sorry for just fucking this up. But that's just really all I have in terms of his durability feats. It's just really that, like, well, it says right here, a hydraulic press that can bend titanium like paper with an adamantium scalpel struggles to cut through even the Hulk's heart. So that's just piercing damage, and he survived. He could take a hit from, I just mentioned that, from Hercules and stuff like that. So that's really all I have for his durability. There's really nothing, noteworthy in terms of what can he actually take. I mean, he could take hits from the Juggernaut. He could take hits from the Hercules, and they were just strong enough that it was able to burn out his healing factor and to be able to like force him back into Bruce Banner. And that's a lot of power. I would say just slightly beyond Planet, in my opinion. So I could be wrong there. But as far as what I'm reading the notes here, that's pretty much the extent of how strong durability is. But considering they could be using composite Hulks, because like Devil Hulk and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure it's much, much beyond that. To the point where I'm pretty sure that's not going to even remotely, remotely tire him out to where he's going to go back into Bruce Banner. So he's definitely going to be able to take a lot more. Okay. So as far as I know, that's pretty much just the strongest durability feat.
Okay. Yeah. And the only other thing I can think of with we're talking OG Broly was he went through the sun. They straight up blasted him and threw him through the sun.
Yeah.
He went through it and he survived. Well, he was also like low on power to begin with.
Yeah.
But still, like basically, you know, we're talking like someone that ran a 100-mile marathon, right? And you're like, you're throwing through a sun.
Yeah.
He survived it, but on top of that, though, the family Kamehameha, bam, hit him all, hit him, I should say.
Yeah.
Whacked him. So that's what did him in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know Superman know that. So
yeah. So can whatchamacallit, Thor. So I'm pretty sure Thor.
But it depends. Like some people that just have a natural resistance to things. Like for instance, Superman is powered by the sun.
Yeah.
So you can't use Superman as like, oh, his durability of the sun because you can rest it. No, it doesn't hurt him. It powers him.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't want to like use that, but anyone else that actually gets hurt, for instance, have Superman bathe in kryptonite and see how he does then, right? Because that hurts him just like the sun would hurt everybody else in Brawley or whatever. Because that's a weakness, period. So, but yeah. So with that being said, he went through it, whatever, you know, he got hurt. And then again, he ended up getting killed. Like those are the best feats I know I could for OG Brawley. Now, if we're gonna bust out Super Brawley, which obviously, if you guys don't know by now, there was a new super movie that came out with Brawley. He's been rebooted-ish, and he obviously is fighting with Gogeta, which is awesome because Gogeta now is officially like main continuity.
Okay.
And they were like punching through like dimensions and stuff like that, and just doing some blows. My personal opinion, this is just me again. I don't. Whenever people start splitting dimensions, I don't take that as a defense or an attack feat. I think that's more eye candy because it doesn't make sense to me. Honestly, I literally think like the writers are just out of ideas, so they go, oh, how about they punch so hard they split dimensions? That literally makes no sense.
Yeah,
I get it. Like in their world, it probably does make sense, but in any world, like I don't know, like you know, in their world, like I said, anything goes, right? Because it's all sci-fi.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, it literally makes no sense because to allow that to be a strength feat, then you would have to allow that Silver Surfer, you know, someone that we all know, can literally get punched by street thugs and knocked out and kidnapped and thrown into the circus for randomly. Silver Surfer was kidnapped by a bunch of street level thugs. He got hit in the head with a crowbar, got knocked out, and all of a sudden he's in the circus. They wanted to put him as this freak show as a Silver Man or some shit. Like, what I'm getting at is when I see that interdimensional, I don't want to take away Broly's strength. That's not my point. All I'm saying is I think every time we see that shit, we need to just, I don't know. But when we get to attack, maybe I'll bring it back and I'll explain why it could be a thing. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself, but I want to just kind of lay that seed right now so you guys understand, like from other like comic book, how it doesn't make sense to me. And maybe Dragon Ball it does, but at the same time, I don't know.
So it's more like a kind of a hacks is what it sounds like. Either it's a hacks or like you just said, like it's eye candy just for flashy animation. But
Dragon Ball has a lot of hacks. That's where I was going to mention later. But since you mentioned it randomly, but yeah, I'll bring it up later when I say it. Maybe it'll make sense. So I think we kind of went over durability. Again, Vegeta's planet was 10 times that of Earth. And for him to casually he survived it as a baby. And I don't know. I don't think anyone in this Earth could debunk that Broly is weaker than his baby form now. I don't think anyone would ever even try to argue that. And I mean, we could lowball and say he's maybe 100 times stronger than his baby form, but I'm pretty positive minimally we have to go with like thousands, if not million times. Plus, the amplifier of going Super Saiyan is times 50. So whatever originally number we come to, how stronger he is in his baby form with no training and no exercising, right? You take that and then you would times it by 50. So
that's a lot.
That was literally dwarf star level there.
Yeah,
and then you take that and you amplify it. He's super. I don't know, like what is the strongest Hulk durability that you know of?
The strongest Hulk durability, like, you know, I'm sure, like I said, they're kind of vague on like what he could really take. Like, he could definitely take hit from Hercules, but like we don't exactly know how strong Hercules even is. You know what I mean? So that's just one thing. I mean, he could take hits from like himself, because I think he fought like an alternate version of himself. I could be wrong, and that was enough to virtually destroy the entire planet. And considering, like I said, about like, you know, the alternate versions of Hulk, he could probably take even more than that. But again, I'm not entirely sure. They're pretty vague with how they, you know, how they kind of interpret his durability. But for what it seems right now, from what I'm hearing, it seems like Brawley is a lot more durable. At least that's what I'm getting at. Like I said.
That way, but again, I don't know enough about Hulk. Has a lot of comics and a lot of things to go off. Black Shock 10 said, fun fact, Hulk actually originally was going to plan to fight Brawley back in his S3, but due to the high demand of fans, H instead fought Doomsday.
Yeah, I actually did heard about that. Yeah,
I honestly didn't know that. And since this has got brought up, thank you, Black Shock, for that comment.
Thank you.
I'm going to drop right now that my opinion, I don't like this fight happening now. In fact, I think it should be pushed back again. The reason why is because this Broly literally just debuted. Granted, yeah, it was maybe a year or two ago now. I don't remember when the movie dropped. I obviously was there in the theater, blah, blah, blah. And time goes by. I'm an old man now. But this Hulk has years and years and years of feats, writing, of plots, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
For instance, his job, the guy next to me, was way harder tonight than my job. All I had to do was watch the Dragon Ball movie again and, you know, kind of brush up. His job was to look at 20 years of Devil Hulk. Again, we apologize if we're wrong, but that's what they're claiming to be with the anniversary special trailer that they showed us on Twitter. So with that being said, is like, I don't like that idea, because here's what's going to happen. Obviously, if Broly wins, well, not everyone, but DB people are going to be like, yay! But if Hulk wins, immediately the DB people are gonna, like me,
it's gonna be Hulk. It's gonna be Superman versus Goku all over again.
Exactly. That's all. That's all what they're doing. And I would think from a company perspective, from blah 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 perspective, and I love these cats. Like, they do a good job. They try their best, and you know, yeah, you have credit where it's due. Constructive criticism. I really think Broly needs more time and more play. Like, he literally just dropped tonight on Dragon Ball Heroes. And they might not consider that canon, but it technically is.
Yeah.
Because it's time traveling. Again, they have a multiverse in the Dragon Ball world too. See, I don't even know if Death Battle even knows about this. There's Dragon Ball Zeno, or Trunks Zeno, Goku Zeno. They have multiple universes and blah 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 blah. That's where, remember, even the Tournament of Power introduced kind of a small universe. There's even a bigger universe outside of the universe that we know of, this main super continuity. Yeah. So with that being said, and he just came back today. Like, it dropped. I didn't watch it yet, but it, like, again, that really, like, that, I don't even know what the hell is going to happen in that episode. But again, my point is this dude, the Green Man, has Devil Hulk has at least, was it 20 years? Versus more. Broly has literally one movie that's about an hour's worth of power output footage.
Yeah. To be fair, though, they've done that a lot in Death Battle. Like they generally use a character from really one game and maybe a few comics here and there. But like I said, like what the preview, like they will look at past Brawley, as for like as kind of a reference too. So there could be some stuff there that they're going to take into account as well. So let's not denounce the fact that they're going to use timeline Brawley. I think they're just going to use Super Brawley in terms of his in terms of his backstory and how he kind of builds up. And I believe like in my opinion, when he does become Super Broly, essentially, with the green hair and shit, I'm pretty sure his power put is going to be comparable to past Broly because, like they said in Death Battle Preview, they're relatively the same people, according to them. I don't really know for sure, so let's not denounce that. But again,
I just want to mention one more last thing because I watched the podcast recently, which they, if you watch the last one, it was Rock Lee versus
Sanji
Cook, yes. And they had a question, this, and that. And one of the questions that randomly came up during their live podcast, they said, why was it not Brawley versus Asura? I'm sure you heard of that guy. Like, that was like the fight. Everyone thought that would be the two raging people fighting. This is their words, and I quote, this is the one guy, I think his name is Nick from Death Battle, or he's the blonde guy that's kind of got like that, like, surfer voice, like whatever, man, I'm kind of cool. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
I think he almost cut out. I think he almost cut out Boomstick's eye one time in real life because they were kids playing with knives or something. Jesus. But I know I watch a lot of their podcasts. My point is though, is that in this, I'm gonna take literally, I'm gonna do a semi quote because if I don't get it perfect, I don't want anybody freaking on me. He literally said, if I'm not mistaken, it was him. He said, we didn't want Asura in the fight because Asura was only in one or two video games.
One game.
Yeah, that's not enough information for him to be in a fight, and it's not fair. Now let that sink in.
Okay, so one.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is, their reasoning, at least in the Death Battle, he kind of like when he said it, he kind of made it like he kind of like spoke for everybody. Of course, not everybody, because someone could disagree, in the company. But he's like straight up, Asura only has one or two video games, and they didn't want to use him because there's not enough feats, there's not enough detail, there's not enough blah 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 blah. So let's rewind back 10 minutes. What I just said about Brawley. There's not enough information with Brawley as well. So in theory, Brawley and Asura would have made more sense.
Yeah.
You're taking Brawley is basically Asura in a different parallel universe, for lack of better words. Mm-hmm. And Hulk is still someone that has 20-some years of feats for the Devil Hulk. Now, if you take all Hulks, I mean, Jesus Christ. It's older than me. It's older than... I think the Hulk came out like when my mom was born. Like, that shit is old. Like,
at least in the 60s.
I love the Hulk, whatever. But, like, again, for him to make that statement when I watched that, I literally, honestly, I love them. I'll still support them, but I cringe. I was like, bruh.
Can I say one thing about that, too?
Go ahead.
That's funny because one of their death battle was Black Widow versus Widowmaker. Mm-hmm. All her feats were literally from one cinematic character trailer. Plus, not one cinematic trailer, but from a few cinematic trailers that she appears in. Plus, I believe a few comics. That's even less. That's even less than Broly's 1 hour movie. Think about that. Like 2 minute long character trailers. All her feet were really on one that fighting a character with decades of content, of feats, of like developments. So that's even more contradictory to what you said. Well, not what you said, but what the guy said in the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean that I'm just quoting them, and I was like, when I heard that, I was like, okay, when you say it like that with the Asura and Brawley, and here's the thing, I don't want Brawley to be set up to just win automatically against Asura, because I don't know. Maybe Asura could beat Brawley. I don't know that. All I know is when I heard him try to pound it home to the audience during that time on a live stream, like, this is why we didn't pick Asura, I'm thinking to myself, then why did you pick Brawley? That was like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like when that goes off in your head. especially something like me. I love Dragon Ball, so like I don't want my guy to get just fucking tarnished like that. And it's like, so like if he loses, I'm clearly gonna go to that defense mechanism and be like, well, this is you took a guy that only did it once, so what the hell? Like, bruh. Like it's only fair. It's only fair. It really is. So I just want to point that out, and I guess we can definitely move on too. So.
Yeah. Because we kind of went quite a bit on a tangent. So let's look at their strength. Let's look at their physical strength, their power output, and like how much they can lift, etc., etc. So I guess we'll start with this one. Now they did mention that the shit the Hulk can do is like it's definitely well beyond the past death battle, because obviously we've shown that he was able to lift the 150 billion ton mountain. Yes, he could do that. He was able to hold back an earthquake by holding two tectonic plates and pulling them together, which is like several quintillion tons or something like that. But it also says right here, I don't think this is a strength feat, but it is something that he did do. Again, I don't know if this is even a strength feat, but it said he tore the fabric of reality and punched time.
Again, like I don't know. That's writer plot. My opinion. I'm sorry. When Superman punched so hard, it like created a whole new universe.
Yeah, like I said, I was a bit iffy about that one, but it's just something I kind of want to bring up because it did say punch it, but
that's writer plot to me.
Yeah,
It makes no damn sense. Like you can't measure that. Like how hard do you have to punch to create another universe? Then like there is no way to calculate that, because the punches that Superman has done, there's other superheroes, Marvel, DC, Dragon Ball, whatever you want to say, has done punches stronger. There was a big fucking bang that blew up in Superman's face that destroyed every planet, right?
Yeah.
When Superman punched a guy, the planet below him didn't blow up, but a whole new universe came. How do you justify the ripple effect of his damage would have blown up the planet he was fighting on to begin with? Like it makes, you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know how the debaters and the writers can like the death battle, the versus community can really decipher that. That's why like
but
we all know Goku and Bro. Oh, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, like I said, I was a bit iffy to mention that because I don't know if it was a strength, but it's something that I kind of want to bring up. But in terms of his actual strength, what he could really do, he was able to destroy almost all of the U.S. by literally taking a step. He stepped it and he created a massive earthquake that literally destroyed the U.S. They did say he was managed to destroy an asteroid twice the size of Earth, and that's like comparing to, so it's like what 6 octillion tons to move it. No, quintillion tons to move it based on their previous death battles with like Wonder Woman and stuff like that. So I have to say, I could be wrong about this math. I don't know math. I'm not calculus major, so I don't know. But if it's the size of Earth, then it's even. If he managed to destroy it, then yeah. Another thing he did was he broke MODOK's MODOK's adamantium armor, and as we all know, many adamantium armor is pretty hard to break. Even Thor has issues breaking that thing, and he managed to do it. What else did he do? Yeah, it says right here he punched him, but yeah, that's not. He also he held up the weight of an actual star, but it actually did tire him out to where he had to. I think it was unconscious, or he went to.
Hulk, right?
Yeah, the Hulk. He actually supported the weight of a star.
Yeah,
pretty much. He lifted parts of Las Vegas.
How long did he hold it for? Is there by any chance, do you have a time frame or no?
I don't think they really say here, to be honest, but I'm actually looking right now.
I know it's kind of a
yeah. So like, and for him to support the weight of a star, according to them, the average star weight ranges from octillions to decillions of tons.
And remember, Baby Frieza did that with one finger. He destroyed the whole fucking.
Yeah, he did.
Well, actually, that's dwarf star. Technically, it's not a star.
Yeah, I think a dwarf star is even heavier, because I think when a star dies, it gets heavier.
A dwarf is smaller than a star.
Okay, but like, is it heavier though?
Oh, yeah, compression and everything.
Yeah. Like, is it heavy? Because I feel like I heard something about that. Like, I think a dwarf size is even heavier. I could be wrong about that, but
good question, actually.
Yeah. I feel like I heard
White
something
dwarf
about that before.
stars. Yeah, white dwarf star becomes very dense. It's comparable to the sun.
But yeah, they don't really say like how long he actually hold it. It doesn't really give a clarification. I'm gonna guess like if I gotta highball it, I'm gonna say like 10 minutes. I don't know if it's a high ball or low ball, but either way, I'm just gonna give it estimated about 10 minutes just to be sure. It also says here he took a hit worth hundreds of trillions of tons. Obviously that's he
So he
just
got hit while carrying that.
I believe so.
Oh,
Because
that's a lot more context than him just.
yeah, it says right. It
Oh,
says it says right here. At one point, Proxima Midnight hit the Hulk with her spear, the weapon that channels the weight of a star. The Hulk didn't stumble under the weight, but rather hold it up while on his knees.
damn, that's pretty damn impressive.
That
So, basically, well, that hit almost would be comparable to Baby Frieza doing the little.
yeah, pretty much,
Yeah,
pretty
this
much.
comes down to my whole original argument of Dragon Ball, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But okay,
Yeah.
so based on that, if a star stab brought him to his knees, Frieza's little dupe remember again, you're talking about a dwarf star planet
Yeah.
with all these people, the Saiyans on the planet, each of them make up durability. They all have power levels of like thousands to 10, 20, 30,000. I know a lot of people are going to go, whatever. That doesn't mean a lot, but like, yeah, it does because they're adding, you know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
adding more dense to this 10 times dense planet. The planet is 10 times more dense than Earth, which is easily comparable to a sun, if not even greater.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he got hit and he's like, and he felt that. Okay, so
He felt it.
if Frieza could do that to him and bring him to his knees, Broly, in his baby form, remember he survived that casually and floated away with his dad.
Yeah.
And now Broly, I don't care who you are, you can't deny that he's at least minimally at least 1,000 times stronger.
Yeah.
I'll lowball and say 1,000 times stronger. That's still gonna outdo that feat right there. At least that's how I would see it calculatably. I could be wrong, sure. And that's lowball. And of course, someone proves me wrong. Well, then maybe I'll deliberately upball it. But I'm just saying, like, minimally, he's way stronger than 1,000 because his amplifier, especially if you go Super Saiyan, it's times 50.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh, I don't know. It's like that's the strongest feat. I'm gonna have to say Broly takes.
But keep in mind though, his strength grows with his anger too. And according to what they say, but according to them, like his pretty much anger, his power of his anger is virtually infinite. But the thing is though, we need to keep in mind his anger is not infinite.
Hulk or Broly?
Hulk. There comes a certain point where I can talk about this later, but I just wanted to bring up the fact that his Hulk, his strength does increase with his anger, so it's possible. Like at his absolute rate, he could probably exceed the feat that I just mentioned, though. But we can get into the week.
Broly's also increases with anger and adaptability. He's literally got, I don't know what, that's why he's literally the legendary Super Saiyan. That was the original like tale that was told by Vegeta a long time ago in the Z story about the legendary. That's why he's Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. That's why his hair is kind of greenish yellow. That's a form that not even like Goku and Vegeta have ever obtained.
So that's why.
For argument's sake, I'm giving him times 50. I have no idea what the hell it really is. It could be times 1,000,000. It could be times, I don't know. Probably not that high, 1,000,000. But the point is when they were fighting him, he literally was getting pummeled, kind of like Hulk. And what happened was he literally he had no martial arts training or anything in the fight. Vegeta's been trained by Whis, Beerus. Goku's obviously trained martial arts, know how to fight. Broly lived on a planet by himself with his father, trained with him as much as he could, but Broly overpowered him, not even at the age of 5 or 6 or something. It was so young. And then after that, he just couldn't work on his skill level. But when he fought Vegeta and Broly, and they went God mode, Super Saiyan Red, which is God, Blue, which is Super Saiyan God, whatever the hell you want to. They have cheesy
Blue.
names. Yeah, exactly. SS Blue. So, and he was able to keep. At first he'll just keep getting beat up, but then all of a sudden, like his genetics, I don't know what he's got, like hacks. It's almost like Rider Plot again, but for the sake of he's literally the legendary. He just like able to adapt quick to the fighting style, overpower it. Eventually, he was defeated, by Goku and Vegeta fusing, because the fusion grants, I think, 1,000 times multiplier of the two people fused together. So you take Goku times 1,000, Vegeta times 1,000, and then you fuse them, or maybe it's them two together fuse, and then times it by 1,000, plus them going all these super crazy forms. So like, bro, they needed a lot of freaking power to take him down. So all I'm saying is, I know, like you said, he doesn't have infinite rage, you said, or
infinite, like, the power, like, is mentioned that is like infinite.
He gets bigger the more pissed off he gets. I remember he got really big, like he was as big as the Empire State Building one time because he was so fucking mad.
Like his power level,
I do remember that as a kid reading that shit. But like Broly doesn't get bigger, he just gets stronger. And to me, based on what the power, because I saw they fought with Goku and they showed it. And they had to keep powering up. So that shows that Broly can also do the same damn thing too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really hard. What I do know is a fact: Broly or Hulk has been knocked unconscious and knocked out of his banner state or Hulk state to banner. That's a thing. He gets pulled into space. He turns back. Right. Broly can breathe in space. It's been shown. Right. He's got all that stuff. Brawley never ended up going unconscious or anything. They were just fighting to the end, and then Gogeta literally was about to kill them just out of pure, like, they're like, fuck it, we're done. We're done, fuck, like Gogeta, because when they fuse together, their brains fuse, and Vegeta's obviously the kind of like a kill, you know what I mean? Like, and in the end, they used the Dragon Balls, honestly, to save Broly. They, somebody else on the sidelines, side characters, they wished Broly away from the planet to save him, because like it was just never going to end. Broly probably would have got defeated though with the fusion dance, but still, Hulk has passed out, in my opinion, way before Broly has. So my opinion, I'm going to give the durability to Broly.
Fair enough. And that's one thing I also did want to mention that I kind of did mention, but I guess I'll just bring it up now. Like I said, while the strength is on his end could be unlimited, his anger as well as his healing factor isn't. Like if he takes just enough damage, he will revert to Bruce Banner. And once he reverts to Bruce Banner, that's a wrap for him.
Yep, exactly. He just keeps getting madder and madder.
Exactly. He doesn't have that weakness, and that's a massive weakness for the Hulk. So it's either the Hulk has to kind of kill him quickly, or Brawley's either going to try to outlast him or just beating the shit out of him, depending if he's actually stronger or if they're just equally strong, but then Hulk is just going to eventually just, burn out and then just go back to Bruce Banner. Because it actually did say in the previous death battle that Zeus, I think it was Zeus, or, Hercules, that he was so strong enough, he literally burned out his healing factor. And after he fought Sentry, he reverted back to Bruce Banner. Yeah. So once that actually does happen...
Broly doesn't have that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
it hasn't been proven.
Yeah, but to be fair, like it's been a while since that last death battle. Things could have changed in between. He could probably take a lot more now and then return back to Bruce Banner. So he can probably take that hit again and just still maintain where he is. But so I don't want to denounce him just yet, just based on what I'm reading, because because I'm trying to look up Devil Hulk and stuff, and it's not really giving me much on his details and stuff like that, except that Devil Hulk is actually he's just still as smart as Bruce Banner.
Yes. It's him actually in control, like a genius with freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger's body. Or Mike Tyson's body, whatever you want to say. Brian Schaefer definitely chimed in here. I thought Hulk doesn't have that weakness anymore. So if he doesn't have that weakness of healing factor, that could change things.
But like I said,
let's see what Death Battle says that at this point.
Yeah,
because
like I said,
we're going off of the information that we have and what they're using. Devil Hawk, by the way, Brian. I thank you for that comment. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page, and I'm not trying to be biased. I know I probably will come off that way, but I'm just going off of the things I know and basically what we know. So
yeah. We're just being impartial about it, but
so the first thing we went off was power, right?
We went power, we went durability. We should probably look
durability.
at speed.
I'm honestly thinking Brawley.
Fair enough. That's fair. I kind of agree with you there.
I think that because Hulk reverts back to Bruce a lot. That's always been a thing.
Yeah.
Now, like that's the only thing I can see is like that could be. I don't want to say it's his weakness, but it kind of is. That's how he lost to Superman. That's how he lost to a lot of other like things. Like he reverts back. And again, obviously, I mean, there's no hell in the way I would fuck with the Hulk, but I'm not in this fight. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Speed now. This is going to be interesting. You want to start this?
Yeah, sure, why not? So in terms of his speed, he's pretty damn fast. He can clearly break the sound barrier. That's pretty much a given. But so like he could swim. So it says right here he could swim like a living tornado. He could swim a far distance. Like I'm just trying to see right here like what's one of his best speed feats. So just give me a moment here.
Okay.
So
I can go off of some stuff right now real quick just to lead off with Brawley if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So with Brawley, the best combat. Okay, here's the thing. As a disclaimer, Death Battle sometimes uses combat feat and travel speed to determine fight speed. So I'm going to tell you guys the best combat feat that I know of and the best travel speed. It had some fighting in it, and you guys can come up with your own conclusion. Or at least when I compare it to Ivan's, this is how we're going to come with our conclusion. So we're going to start with the smaller one. Now, a combat feat was Brawley versus Team Goku. I'll just say it. Our family Goku. They were fighting, blah, 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 blah. They got punched. Brawley got smacked through a freaking sun, I think. Yep. And then they all did the family Kamehameha. You guys know that classic picture where it's like Goku, Goten, and Gohan all throwing the fireball at the same time. I'm sure you guys seen it. If not, I'm pretty sure Ivan or someone we could share screen it right now just to show it before you. But what that time, they smacked him up to the sun, right out of Earth, and they threw the fireball. And based on the timing calculation, he did casually react to the damn thing, and he tried blocking it. That was 12 seconds. It went from Earth to the sun in 12 seconds. Now, for it to hit that at that speed, the Kamehameha, that was 41 times the speed of light. So he ended up hitting it. Bam! Like I said, he was weak already, and then he went through the sun too on top of it. I don't know if he was anticipating. I don't know. Maybe he underestimated it. Either way, he knew it was coming, and maybe it was ego. I don't know. Bam! Blocked it. Whatever. Went through it. He went through the sun. He survived. But then the Kamehameha. Bam! So the combination of the sun and the blast of the family destroyed him. So 41 times the speed of light is kind of ish where they go. Now, if we're going to go with the story that really started him to begin with before the fight even started, where who's that cricket on the planet? He trained Goku.
Cricket?
He trained Goku.
King Kai?
King Kai? Goku. Yes, King Kai.
King Kai.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Sorry, my brain's going. So he already sensed Brawley doing some crazy shit in the Southern Galaxy. He was going around casually destroying almost all of the Southern Galaxy. And he did it in a few hours. So, like, he did that's just fact. That's just what he did. And for him, I'm going to go off now and look to the side here and some notes to I have to give credit to some other cats that really kind of went over this, but I remember this. but it was 1 second to travel the distance between one galaxy to another. Since he would have to have done that multiple times once between each galaxy he destroyed. The estimated average distance between galaxies would be 9.9 million light years each. So the average distance between galaxies is a few megaparsecs.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what I'm getting at, if you did all that math I just said, I know it's very small chunks. We could always link our research or whatever science in the description below if you guys ever ask us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It would be 312 trillion times the speed of light.
Yeah.
He would have had to have been boinking around. And this was before he even started fucking with Goku and all of them. Like, he didn't even go Super Saiyan. And then you got times that by 50. Like, you take that number, 312 trillion times the speed of light, and he was in base form. You have to try times that by 50.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not going to do the math. You guys could do it. We're talking it's going to easily hit quad, if not sextillion. It's going to be somewhere up there.
Yeah, it's around there.
It's up there. You know, I guess I'll do it real quick while you're talking. I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll try
okay, so in terms of the Hulk, yeah, I don't think there's a lot of feats I can honestly come close to that. I mean, the thing I can really think of is he dodged Thor's hammer, and as we know from his death battle with Wonder Woman or whatever, when he threw his hammer, I think it reached like the end of the universe in like what 60 seconds or something like that, which is like several trillion times the speed of light. I could be wrong about that, but that's kind of his reaction speed, and he managed to grab Iron Man while he was flying over, which can fly like probably like 200 miles per hour. That's really not that impressive. He tagged Spider-Man. He also tagged Miss Marvel, who in her binary form can hit light speed. But other than that, that's really the closest I can. His best one from what I can see here is him dodging Thor's hammer. But again, Devil Hulk, again, not really much about him and what he can do in terms of his speed or whatever. But that's at least, trillions of times the speed of light. But other than that, what you just compare with Brawley, I don't think it even comes close.
Yeah.
It really doesn't come close to what he can do. Like, he's still fast as shit. Like him at least dodging Thor's hammer was literally flying at you many times the speed of light. That's literally the closest he's ever gonna get. But
he can whip that hammer across the universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He threw it across the universe, so it's like that's at least
that would be the highest number. But did Thor really throw it that fast again towards that situation? Is the question.
Yeah. I mean, he's strong as hell. I'm pretty sure he could have. I don't know. To be honest,
I would assume he'd go all out again, but
he probably would. But I'm just gonna assume hit that strength at that speed, that reaction speed, because instead of his travel speed, he could fly. He could pretty much fly. He could run and jump as fast as that. He could literally go into orbit in a single jump, which is like several thousand miles per hour, as well as like the past beyond hypersonic speed. And this is his travel. This is running speed, and it's like I said, that reaction speed when he dodged Thor's hammer. That's I would say that's at best comparable to Brawley's, but at least in his base form, because like you said, when you time that by 50 in his superpower form, I mean in his whatchamacallit, Super Saiyan form, that's when things kind of tilt the other way. At least based on what you're saying and what I saw.
Mm-hmm. Israel Lewis has got a good point. I thought the Hulk one-shotted the one above. Actually, it's the one above all. Who's the one below all? Is there another character above all? The evil one. Oh, I see. I get it.
Yeah.
So it's Stanley's opposite. It's the evil.
Yeah,
okay.
it's an evil Hulk, but it's like
no. It's Stanley's evil opposite. The one above all is a comic book character that literally can take everybody. He could take Superman. He could take everybody.
Yeah.
That's just it. Fuck it, GG. Because we all know Stan Lee is. I ain't gonna fuck. I'm telling you right now. Anybody try to say Goku, go. No, fuck you. Stan Lee gonna win.
Anybody against Stanley's gonna win.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, bro.
Don't worry about it. That's what I'm saying. So he's saying the Hulk actually took the one below all, because there's the one above all and the one below all. Well, you would think the one below all would just be weaker than everybody.
Yeah.
He'd be below all. But no, I thank you for that question, actually, Israel. I honestly do not have that information. I don't No, is he like seriously stripped just to equal to Stan Lee's alter ego then?
Oh wait. Okay,
Below everybody.
I was gonna say you kind of confused me. Where we were talking about Stan Lee's alter ego, we're talking about Hulk's evil form. Like, wait, what are we?
Stan Lee has his own comic book character. He put himself in the Marvel universe. He's the one above all.
Yeah.
Yep. But there's another character called there's the one above all, which is Stan Lee. Then there's the one below all. It's the opposite. Get it? Above all, the one above all, the one below all. So Hulk fought the one below all and one-shotted him. So I'm assuming he's obviously below everybody or something, because I guarantee he ain't gonna do that shit to fucking one. He ain't gonna do that to Stan Lee. There's the one above all.
Yeah. I
don't know I don't know the below all feats though.
Yeah.
You know that right now, bro. Israel.
I have.
Feel free to pump some stuff. I'm sure Ivan's got a few notes here and there.
Yeah, I mean about the whole below all and above all. I have no clue about that. I didn't even know that was even a thing to even look at. So I have no clue. Yeah, I don't even know because I don't know that was even relevant to anything. I was just looking at the Hulk stuff, but that's still cool to learn. I mean, if you got some info on that, please hit me up on that because I'm curious. To answer Shorty's question, they're going to use Super Brawley, but they're also going to take in consideration his past Brawley from the older episodes. They take info from that, so it's kind of a composite Brawley, but that's what they're going to use, if that makes any sense. So to answer that question, so yeah, just in terms of speed, Brawley. I mean, like hidden dodging, Thor's hammer, millions of times speed of light is impressive, but if what you mentioned him is literally it's just in his base form, it's gonna tilt the other way.
I can't remember when they said when he fought Wonder Woman, they said he threw his hammer. I think they said it was quadrillion speed when he threw it in space.
Yeah, like quadrillion times the speed of light, something to that extent.
That would outdo Broly's 312 trillion times the speed of light. However, that's Broly in his base form.
Exactly, yeah.
312 and you times that by 50, that easily will crush quadrillion. I know without a shadow of a doubt that would crush a quadrillion number.
Yeah.
So again, and so that to me, but we got Laser here. He's coming in with some facts. He's saying,
that's what's up. That's what's up, Laser.
He said Devil Hulk isn't even new, and neither is him being immortal. It just manifests more directly to the point where if he had fought Doomsday any later, Hulk would have won. So I think he's almost backpedaling, saying he thinks Hulk would still have taken Doomsday.
Yeah.
Now, in my heart, I wanted Hulk to win. Ivan did. I remember that.
Yeah,
but
I liked Hulk more.
Here's the thing: I didn't know enough to really have a dog in the fight. I was like, look, I didn't read a lot of Dooms, so I just didn't want to just go in there swinging because you know how the versus community would chew you up and spit you out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sometimes you just kind of go, you know what? But if I know what I'm talking about, I'm going to at least explain my side of things and see where it goes. So
yeah.
Okay, so then the next thing he said, you want to go on?
No, I was going to say, he also mentioned
he's not done talking, but if you want to talk,
go ahead. No, you go ahead. You finish up.
He said even before Immortal, he believes Laser, Broly simply cannot win this. But with Immortal, it's a shit stomp. So this cat thinks before Immortal, Broly can't win. With Immortal, it's a done wrap. So this cat feels like Laser is just going to destroy Broly, and a lot of people are honestly saying that's his name. You mean Laser Danger?
You said Laser is going to destroy Brawley, so it's like Laser versus Brawley, because that's kind of how you abbreviate it.
Okay,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
Whatever. Anyways, our cat here, Laser, is like, and to be fair, remember this is where I said originally, I was like, well, Hulk's got fucking 20, 30 years of feats, comics, everything to set himself up for victory. Broly's got a 2-hour movie. Now, again, out of those 40 years, you might not know that one feat that this cat's talking about, and that's probably that trump card. So Laser's probably got a good damn point here of what we're trying to entertain, you know?
Absolutely. And so someone also said here, Brian, he also said Devil/Immortal Hulk could tank anti-regen acid and regenerate. So I don't think he has the weakness of turning back into Banner. in a manner. So I mean, there's also one thing we need to consider. He does have a healing factor, like we said before, and so it says, and according to what Death Battle said anyway, it was said to be even better than Wolverine, because Wolverine is all in his head, but he can pretty much just tank anything. But like I said, it's shown that it does have a limit. But he's talking about me. Yeah, I know, Lazy. He was talking about you. I know what he was referring to. I was just kind of messing with him. But
one thing that Brawley said, or Vegeta or Goku said, is Brawley, when he fights, he has the natural selection adaptation skill. So whatever type of fighting pattern or technique you have, Brawley will adapt to it and start countering it. I do remember that. Like I said, I saw the movie recently, and that's what they said. So for instance, if you're like a kickboxer, right? And there happens to be a martial arts in the world that is, the paper, scissors to your rock type of counter. You know what I mean? Like, you're the scissors, I'm the rock. Brawley knows how, like, instinctively, after fighting you for not even like a few, I don't know if it's a minute or what it is, he knows how to adapt to it and overcome you. So Hulk, I don't know if he has any martial arts. He's just pure fucking swinging. I think he's just straight up like a street brawler.
Yeah, brute force.
Broly is going to easily adapt to that and overcome it. That's kind of my I'm playing devil's advocate at this point, because again, Broly's only got one movie to overcome it. It's going to come down at this point to speed. Then that's it. At this point, I think really speed. I think they both have enough power to take each other out. But I think speed and durability, like I said, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that. Fuck all this. Oh no. So what I was gonna say was, like, going back to like you said about the whole, if he's just brute forcing, like, if this is Devil Hulk, he still has the intelligence of Bruce Banner. And keep in mind, Bruce Banner has been around a lot of these other cats, like Captain America, who knows a lot of martial arts, and a bunch of other cats that know a lot of martial arts too. So he can handle martial arts people. So I don't think that's going to be that big of an advantage. And I'm pretty sure he's just as capable of finding out, okay, Broly's going to do this, then I'm going to do that. If he has that intelligence, assuming that they are going to go with Devil Hulk here. So I guess that kind of counts it. I guess
can't Bruce Banner think at nanoseconds, though? Like,
I'm guessing Superman, his brain capacity.
Like, Silver Surfer. I don't know his brain thought. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that actually would be a good thing to know. If he can think on nanoseconds level, that's really going to help him then. Because Broly has this thing, at least according to the movie. I think it was either Vegeta, Whis, Beerus, or Goku. One of them said that Broly kept adapting to the fighting styles and whatever that people were doing. And he was able to, like, counter it. He just, like, caught on very quick, like, okay, they're doing this, so I'm going to do that. And he was also becoming stronger and stronger. So to me, it seems like it's definitely like Hulk, but he also, on top of that, has the countermeasure on top of it. So I really think that the speed factor is going to be the biggest thing. I don't know.
It's either speed or who's likely to hurt the other more, because they can pretty much take anything at this point. But I think that's honestly what's going to come down to too. But there was something else I was going to mention. Now I totally forgot what it was. There was something else I was going to mention that was extremely relevant. What was it? I'm going to have to hopefully try to remember before this thing ends out. But like you said, it's either who's going to hurt each other more, or, like you said, speed. I don't really know. Like, that's actually, this is going to be one of the trickiest fights to really decipher.
I think that it's hyping me and you up, and I think it could really trigger a lot of the.
Wait, what?
No, I'm just saying, like, I think it's, me and you, because, like, we're doing our research and everything, but it's like, it really matters how they're going to manage things. Ral Rim, before I go off and explain another thing, he says, personally, in my point of view, Death Battle team is making a mistake doing this fight now. And that goes back to what I said. Remember, Broly's only just came out. They're going to use composite Broly now to give him some earlier feats of durability and stuff. But again, the new Dragon Ball Super Heroes, there's a cartoon that's a promo to push their other arcade card game thing that they have going on in Japan. You can actually kind of play it here-ish. Not really. But so like Brawley apparently just showed up yesterday or today. Geekdom 101, if you guys know him, he totally did a video about it, and I did some reactions to it in the past. I stopped doing it because I'm afraid to get my channel deleted. Sometimes they would just claim the video, and I'm like, that's cool. And then one time I got a strike, and I was like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, claim the video. I don't care. Fair use, whatever. Take it. I don't care. Take all the money. And then one day they strike me. I was like, bro, no. So I'm done. I'm out. You know, I can't play that shit. I don't care. Take all the money off the video. Just don't delete my channel. Yeah. So anyways, I digress. So the biggest argument that I'm going to put forth, in my opinion, is when they start calculating power output, because people are going to always say, well, Hulk can do this, Broly can do that. There's a thing in the Dragon Ball universe, and I don't know if a lot of you cats know that, but it's called key manipulation. Yes, this is a thing. And what happens, or my honest thing is, what I've always said to Death Battle in the past is, like, do they actually recognize that it's even a thing, or if it even exists? So what in the world, okay, for instance, are key hacks. I'll speak that language, because a lot of people, when they see Flash, he's known as speed hacks. See how he can do speed hacks? He can run fast on the planet, faster than the speed of light, and not rip the planet up, because he's got the speed force. Yeah. And I could call it the key force, if that helps you guys understand what I'm saying.
Key force.
Exactly. The point is that Flash can run fast enough and not destroy the planet because he has the speed force. So Superman can't do that. He'll destroy the planet. When he starts going fast, he's just, you know, it's no different than if a fucking semi-truck drove by my house at 300 miles per hour and ripped the shingles off my damn house, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay. That's just how it, okay, but remember, the Flash has this. Now, in Dragon Ball World, they have what's called key manipulation, but I'll call it key force to make it easy for you guys. So basically, they can do shit that would normally destroy the sun. It would destroy the planet. It would destroy everything. But instead, it hits the character. They get hit, and there's just a little crater beneath them that doesn't destroy the planet. I know that sounds crazy, and everyone's going to think, oh, you're just making it. No. And the sources, Trunks was fighting Cell. It was either imperfect Cell or perfect Cell. And Trunks was literally throwing an all-out attack, and everyone freaked out and said he's going to destroy the planet. And Vegeta's like, no, he knows how to control his ki. He knows how to key manipulation is what they call it. He won't destroy the planet. That's literally what happened. So that comes back way before even that, and that's Cell Saga. We got to go forward. They've been way stronger since. So, like, again, does Death Battle even acknowledge that? Because when they say, oh, when Vegeta blew up the country planet, it did this much damage. It's like, that's key manipulation, player. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you really have to use Frieza's finger blowing up Planet Vegeta as your base minimum damage. Anything after that, you have to take it times how strong Frieza was from his baby form. To, he had a second form, a third form, a final form, then 100% form, and now golden form. If you can figure out the math of all that, that's what they're, and plus their key, that's how you would know how much damage they're really doing with their key manipulation. I know people think I'm crazy, but like, that's literally,
it's logical. Actually, it makes sense.
That's why, like, I'm telling you guys, like, these Z characters are way fucking stronger than people realize. But again, I don't want to set off the whole DC versus Z world, but that's literally, it's written, it's been proven. But when it comes to debaters, they just don't acknowledge what's being said and proven in the show. So I don't know. So if they acknowledge that, I feel like Broly should win no problem. That's just my opinion. But
yeah, I honestly think just both of them equally potentially have a fighting chance due to Devil Hulk, if it is going to be a legitimate thing, plus everything you mentioned with Broly's feats. I say both of them have a pretty equal chance of winning this fight. I think that's what makes this fight a lot closer than I think a lot of people realize, because if this was just regular Hulk, I don't think he stood a chance. I really don't think so. That just wouldn't be fair. Even if it's World Breaker, but
I digress, man.
yeah. But like I said, I honestly think this. I think this could go either way, in my opinion. I honestly don't know who to really get this to. Like, I mean,
really where it's gonna go.
basically what you mentioned with base Brawley plus the times 50 Super Saiyan form, I say he has a chance. But considering what if Immortal Hulk / Devil Hulk is capable of, I say he has a chance. But again, it really all depends on what their analysis is going to be when the battle actually does happen. Because if it's just the regular old Hulk like from back then that we already know, then it's a shitstorm. It's going to be Brawley no matter what. But I think so overall, I don't really know who to give this to. Like, I don't really know how to choose a side. Like, I think this is probably one of the few battles ever where I'm just gonna be neutral. Like, I have no clue who's gonna take this one at all. I literally can't choose one or the other because I think they have so many ways to get each other. Like, yeah, Broly does have the speed, but you know, will that necessarily be enough? I don't know. But me personally, I'm just saying right now, it can go either way. We'll just have to wait and see.
So
like, probably
old school Hulk, it sounds like Broly would just demolish, but then Israel's like Hulk also has the green door, so if he dies, he just comes back to life. Well, to be fair, the original Brawley, when he dies, he comes back to life every time too. So here's the thing: resurrection doesn't count in a fight. Remember, they've proven that in the last death battle because they had a death battle where I think both guys could always come back to life. And they said they didn't want it. They said, we're not going to do that. We're going to say whoever kills the person first gets the W.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Someone's going to have to help me. What fight was that? But I remember for sure they eliminated resurrection. I think it was Castlevania, wasn't it? Dracula versus Ganondorf.
I think so. Either that
come
or
back to life because that was an argument. They're like, well, they always come back to life or whatever, and they're like, well, it doesn't matter if whoever kills who's gonna win, and then they meet each other again, they're just gonna kill them and win again.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was that type of thing. Like there was an argument. I'm just letting you know that's Death Battle's rules. I don't 100% quote me on exactly how they work, but it was something of that sort where they don't use resurrection. And I guess instant resurrection technically should count, right? I would think
unless
Dracula's wasn't. It's like 60 years he comes back, right? And Ganondorf's like 100 years. So, but if Hulk comes back right away, I could see that actually counting, right? I'll give it that.
I mean, I feel like the resurrection would only matter if it's like an actual part of that character's like, arsenal. Like if it was a legitimate thing to carry instead of like a one-off kind of thing. Or because if what you mentioned here about the Soul Green thing, if it was just a one-off thing, then it shouldn't count because it's not really part of his art. It's just one thing he used just one time. You know what I mean? So I don't think that should matter in my opinion. I feel like it has to be something that should have at least used like on several different occasions that they have on their person to use. If he doesn't have that on his person all the time and it's just a one-off thing, that's when resurrection doesn't matter at all. If it does, then that's a different story. But it has to, the character kind of has to have it as part of their arsenal. And for them to, like, I think use them several times, if that makes any sense.
No, I understand what you're saying. I think at the end of this point, like, we gave all the information that we know we have. I feel it's going to be how Death Battle interprets it.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to acknowledge key manipulation? Because based on our history with Death Battle, again, I love Ben and all of them. I think they're cool cats, but I really don't think they understand key manipulation and all that. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've never once mentioned it. The fact that they've never even acknowledged Frieza destroying the planet, and Piccolo, he literally cracked the moon. And Master Roshi back in Dragon Ball blew up the moon. Like, we're talking about Kid Goku. Like, this little Kid Goku. Like, Naruto struggled. He put a hole in the moon, right? In the final fight or whatever before they went to Burrito series. Like,
Boruto.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'm hungry right now. Burrito sounds delicious. But my point is that you see what I'm saying? Master Roshi literally destroyed the moon back in like baby Dragon Ball days. Like we're talking like Goku was like 3 foot nothing, all this shit. And this is like, to do that, you need some fucking... Basically, Master Roshi, in theory, should be able to solo the whole Naruto universe. Minus if he got stuck up on. Based on that power output. But, you know, I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just saying, like, that's some crazy output he did back in the day. And Dragon Ball Z, and we know the power increase just... It went crazy. You go from, like, Dragon Ball to Z to Super... It's way beyond that. So I just don't see how the hell. And people go, oh, well, Goku got shot by a gun laser one time by a Frieza henchman, so Goku's continent level. You know, like, that's that writer plot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it
by
is.
writer. It is. But remember, if you guys want to play that shit, Superman got knocked out by a baseball bat one time too. So come at me. What? Google that shit.
What?
Right, a moon blew up in Superman's face and it knocked him out. What? That was Gold. Superman Gold Prime. He was knocked literally unconscious by a moon blowing up in his face. What? That means Piccolo could take him out. Bam! How about that for your feats? I'm just saying, it's death by writer. So that's why it's so hard when we calculate this stuff. I hope you guys really enjoy it.
It is.
I'm just being super cheeky with y'all. Please don't get butthurt. It's all fun and games, you know. Let's read a few comments here, and we'll probably wrap this up.
Yeah, it's a joke, guys.
A lot of people are just sending that heat to us. I think it's beautiful here. So can Brawley beat the one below or all the one above all? I don't know that because I don't know. The one above all, I don't think anyone can beat him. I think he's like straight up, like he could take everyone. They need to do a death battle of one above all, but I'd probably get salty if he lost because it's Stan Lee.
You probably would, yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah, I probably would. At least you know me less enough. All right, Brand Shaper says Ganon versus Dracula was the only reason that was taken out is because it takes a long time for them to return. Okay, great. So with that being said, let's see someone down there answers the question of does Broly come back or Hulk come back right away? Yeah.
Brandon wants.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Brandon once said DBZ Brawley would be around Universal to multi-universal since he held his own against Gogeta Blue, who's higher if Gogeta Blue was struggling and barely won the fight, but that didn't happen. So yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
The fact that would be around Universal to multiversal, I would say they're way plus that, and the reason why is because Goku clashing with Beerus alone. They punched 5 or 6 times. And this is when Goku first obtained God form. He wasn't able to control his key manipulation. And they even said it again. When he was clashing with Beerus, they exchanged punches and their knuckles were colliding. And it was sending out ripples. And he didn't destroy the Earth because he was controlling the key-ish enough not to destroy the Earth, but not enough to save the whole universe. I know, it sounds stupid, but that's how it was literally being presented and said. And in the end, Goku's like, I got a better control of this key. He said that. He's like, I'm new to it, but I now understand now, so I don't have to cause collateral damage. Is basically, in a nutshell, what he said.
Yeah.
So for Goku already at that point was universal level because he was going to destroy the whole universe. And I think it might have even been considered Universe Plus or maybe semi-multi-universe. I can't remember. Because their universe is weird because they got like the earth, they got the hell, the heaven, and and I think it was felt in the other universes too during I don't remember, so don't quote me on that exactly. But if we take SS Red Goku, Super Saiyan Red Goku, Blue is way stronger, and there's no one that can deny that. That's obviously why he uses blue form versus red. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how many times stronger. You could put a number on it. Even if we say 2 times stronger, I still think it'd be way higher than that. He already right there would be multi-universal. And then him fusing with Vegeta, the fusion alone he grants, I think it's 1,000 times amplification of the people fused. It's either 100 or 1,000. Again, someone's going to have to... It's not just... I don't think it's just 100 because Super Saiyan's 50 and going Super Saiyan 2 is like 200 times. You know what I mean? So fusing wouldn't do you any good there. It's like 1,000 or 10,000. So they fused, bam, their base level. And then remember, he went God. Since he achieved God form, once he went back to base form, he was able to keep the God form level in his base form. He instantly inherited all the God level privilege, for lack of better words.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was universal destroying with Beerus in his red hair, now he could do that in his black hair form. But again, he said, I'm able to control the key manipulation and control. So when he punches people, he's not going to destroy the universe and the planet. That's writer plot to so he can get away with still fighting without destroying the planets.
Yeah.
Like that's literally how they wrote it, and that's what it is, and that's it is what it is. So with that being said, Gogeta is several it's times 1,000 multi-universe way like I don't even what's beyond multi-universal. What goes beyond multi-universal? I'm just saying, like based on that, like they're way beyond that shit. Like, and again, they split the universe. Remember when he was fighting Brawley? I think that's still writer plot. Remember when him and Brawley, Gogeta and Brawley, they went to another universe and they were still fighting? I don't believe that's still a feat to be counted. I think that's
I agree.
Writer plot, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. They're gonna count that. I know they are. They're in their mind. They're gonna say that this means they're this strong, and I still know they're strong because of key hacks and key control. But the whole splitting universe, because Superman did the same thing. He punched somebody into another universe, but then he gets knocked out because a moon blows up in front of him. Superman Golden Prime, or a shotgun knocked out Superman. Yeah. Again, like I don't know, man. It's weird. That's why, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I confused you all, but I just want to let you know, like, look, okay, the best one, Batman drop kicking Spectre. That's the best one ever. Because you guys know Spectre is one of the biggest, baddest mofos on the planet, and Batman has no superpowers, and he drop kicked that motherfucker. If you guys haven't seen that one, you got to Google that one. That one is the best.
Yeah.
I mean, that one is like the best.
Brian actually said something pretty interesting here. Do you think Brawley is faster than Silver Surfer? Because IRC Devil Hulk blitzed the Surfer, so that's a good speed feat. Well, yeah, I didn't know about that.
How fast is Silver Surfer? Did they calculate it?
I'm guessing light speed.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure they compared Thor and Silver Surfer together, right? Didn't they kind of do that, or am I wrong?
I think they did that with Thanos and Silver Surfer.
Because I thought when they threw the hammer with Thor, they tagged Silver. Something. They kind of mentioned some things. Either way, is he faster than Silver Surfer? I have no idea. I'm going to say... I want to say yes, but of course, again, it really comes down to acknowledging everything I just said. I'm going to say it that way because you take, again, it's the fact that for him traveling around, he destroyed the whole galaxy in like an hour or two. That was like 312 times the speed of light, or 312 trillion times the speed of light. And then that doesn't, he has to go, then he goes Super Saiyan, that's times 50. Then he goes to the legendary form. That multiplier is even higher than times 50. No one knows it. That's the problem is nobody knows what the legendary form multiplier is. What I can say with pure confidence, it's higher than Super Saiyan 1, which is times 50, right? It's higher than 3, Super Saiyan 3. I'm going to skip 2 because 3 is higher, which is like times 3 or 400. But they get burnt out quick. That's why they don't ever use that form. There's different forms, but it drains them. They have to win a fight within 3 or 4 minutes, or they're fucked. They'll just get tired and die. Like, bleh. And then obviously there's God form, and then there's God blue. So God is red, God blue is blue. Yeah, that legendary form outperformed God. All those forms, and those forms minimally would be like times 1,000. Minimally would have to be at least times 1,000. Yeah. And in that legendary form, he was beating the shit out of Goku and Vegeta. They had the fuse, like I said, to their fusion times 1,000. And again, 1,000 wouldn't have been enough to take out the legendary form, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying, like, I don't know the math, but that's why this fight too early to me is just, I don't like it because we don't even know the numbers of the legendary multiplier. We really don't.
No, we don't
If
know.
I had
That's
to
the thing.
guess, I'm gonna lowball it and say it's like times 50,000. I know
That
that
is-
sounds crazy, but that I don't know, maybe times 20,000, times 20.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but like that's the only thing I can come to the conclusion. The fact that he was just like smacking Vegeta and Goku in blue form around, he still couldn't take Whis though, because Whis your boy. But
Damn right.
Whis is fucking crazy strong. But my point is like they had the fuse to win it. So that just shows you like, and like I said, they're amplifying a fusion dance. They've explained it. It's in the Daizenshu. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately. So like that's why it's like you take anything that their speed, everything you take, you just times it by that number. So if you go times 1,000, if I'm 300 trillion times the speed of light, and then you have times that by 1,000, like that number's way up there at that point. That's why, like, again, it's up to Death Battle to acknowledge what the writer and everybody says.
Yeah.
Feats, but again, feats, key hacks. Again, they don't blow up the planet because they have key manipulation. So they never go, oh, well, Goku never truly blew up a planet. It's like, yeah.
It doesn't mean they're not capable of doing it.
Because of key manipulation, they know not how to do it. If they actually just read the comics, they would see in that one spot with Cell where Trunks was fighting Cell, and Vegeta clearly said, oh, yeah, that blast would blow up the planet, but Trunks knows how to control his ki to not do it. If they would have read that one sentence, then they would know everything they need to know. And apparently they never did, because if they did, then I'm not hating them. I'm just honestly like, this is where the disagreement with me and them always have been. It's like I just want to see. I don't know. We'll just have
to wait and see. That's really what it's all going to come down to, just based on what we think. I still think it's going to be a close fight. So I'm just going to remain neutral.
I think the speed's going to be the biggest factor. That's
potentially.
I think they both have enough power and durability I think they both have enough power to kill each other. I personally believe the speed is going to be the deciding, but that's just my opinion. He thinks probably it's all up in the air, and that's fine. But
that's we'll have to wait and see. It's probably one of those battles we will possibly have to pause before the actual fight to really give an actual opinion of who thinks will win. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Mr. Tomato, talk to Ben and Chet about these fights. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that would probably go well.
No, it wouldn't at all.
Here's the thing. Obviously, I respect them, and I don't know. I'm gonna go with my gut and say that they're like DC fanboys, and I'm a DB fanboy, so that might cloud our judgments in some sense.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying, I can back it up, and maybe what they're saying, they can back it up. But they have to acknowledge what I'm saying too, because I've acknowledged everything they said, but they've never acknowledged what I said when I made these arguments.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what it is. And I'm not throwing trash at them. I'm just saying, like, literally, I'm okay with having that. I think I would love to talk to him about it, because I would deliberately go out of my way and get these screenshots, because right now I'm telling you guys are taking my word at face value. You guys can be like, Nidge, you're making this up. No, I would never lie like this, because what I've even told Ivan and everybody else, the only time I ever gamble in my life is if I know I'm going to win. Every time I bet someone, I'll bet you $100. Every time I've ever said that to somebody, it's because I knew I was right. I just don't gamble. I don't do that. That's just my personality, because I know when I'm confident. And so when I say that shit, it's like, I mean this. But again, it's maybe my perception's wrong, but when I read it, I know how to read. I mean, when I read it makes sense to me. So that I just wish they could. I don't know. And then when I do Death Battle #DeathBattlePodcast, I will say that to them. Even like, remember before we had the Mob Psycho fight? Yeah. I mentioned lightning. They mentioned that, his speed of lightning is slower, his reaction speed, because lightning is uncontrolled lightning. Remember, when lightning comes out of the sky, it zigzags, and it deliberately tries to not find the ground. It'll take the worst path ever before it reaches its target. They use that as an excuse for Mob Psycho's reaction speed. But the reality is, if you think about it, is that when the lightning comes, this is a psychic that he fought. The last leader, Mob Psycho's arch evil bad guy. He took the lightning with his mob or his psychic and hit him directly with that lightning. That lightning would not zigzag looking for the worst path possible. It would go straight to him. And based on, this is a .government website. You can look at the reaction video. How many times did I say it would be? It would have been like at least 20 or 30 times faster than your average lightning strike if someone could control it. And this is a psychic control. And he had to control it. Because if he didn't control it, he wouldn't have never hit Mob.
Exactly.
Right? If I'm taking lightning out of the sky and dropping it, and I'm just standing here, and the lightning is just blasting around me over and over again, clearly you're not controlling. But for it to hit me right away, you're controlling it.
Yeah,
you would have to overcome that zigzag argument I said. I tried saying that. Oh, they didn't even mention my Death Battle podcast question. Oh, they read someone else's question. Oh, why Mob? Why didn't Mob? Why didn't Mob use this move? Oh, that's for entertainment animation purposes. Mm-hmm. It's like, bruh, why couldn't you take my question on? That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not trying to be like a douche. I was like, I had a good point. I know shit. Okay, I went to fucking college and studied like shit, and I knew right away when I heard it. I was like, no, like lightning, and I know how that shit works. And I was just like, and I just wanted to, like, at the same time, I want to have these debates. I want to have the honest, like, it's okay to be wrong. I think, in my opinion, I think they have a hard time admitting that they're wrong. And I'm going to be honest. I've admitted when I was wrong. I've never heard them say they were wrong except Android 18 absorbing energy.
Yeah.
But they still to this day will not even retract Rogue versus Wonder Woman. Like, I'm just saying. I mean, I think Rogue could still win because she could drain the power. But at the same time, there's other things that they easily could retract. They never did. So
yeah, I agree with that.
I'm sorry. I gotta digress. I'm getting way too off. I'm so sorry, man.
You're fine, dude. You're fine. But like I said, so overall, who do you think is gonna win? In your prediction, who do you think is gonna win the next fight?
I think it's gonna come down to speed. Yeah, Brawley will be compared to Beerus since he's directly compared to him. That's true. Goku even said that he thinks he's stronger than Beerus. And then when they fused together, I think even Beerus was kind of intimidated by Gogeta, right, Brian? If so, oof, that's pretty damn...
That's going to change the dynamic completely.
Yeah. Let me repeat that. Cosmic Devil Hulk killed Full Power Galactics. Jesus.
Damn.
Galactus, he's munching on planets. I mean, he casually eats planets, but like again, baby Frieza just does this and kills planets that are 10 times stronger than the planets Galactus kills with one finger.
Yeah, pretty much.
So again, it's like I don't know. I feel like Death Battle doesn't understand Dragon Ball Universe enough to really have them in battles. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, in my heart, I wanted Hulk to take Doomsday. But in this fight, of course, I'm going to have to go with Brawley.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm going to...
I want him to win. Who I think they're going to think is going to win is probably Hulk. They're going to use... He's got like 30 years of comics. They're going to find something. They're going to justify it. They're not going to quote or mention anything I mentioned, like speed, Frieza's finger, or destroying a planet. They're not. Maybe they will though, because they are saying they're going back now to mention old G Brawley.
Yeah. So they more than likely they probably will, but again, we'll just have to wait and find out.
Either way, I'm gonna hope for Brawley, but I'm gonna say it this way: I just really wish they would have waited till there was more information on Brawley, because I still think that here's the thing: if Brawley loses, yeah, I'm gonna be upset, but other people are gonna be fucking like freaking out, like. You know
it's gonna be World War III again.
It's gonna be like, and they're gonna be like, why didn't you wait? Why didn't you wait? And it's like, well, that actually they're not wrong, but they're just gonna be fucking. And it's like I'd rather not go through that.
It's not worth it. It's not worth the stress. So again, we'll just have to wait and see. Like I guess.
All I know is it's 3D. I think Torian's in on it. It's gonna look beautiful.
It's gonna look great. That is one thing I am looking forward to. But like I said, I'm just gonna remain impartial until we actually see the analysis, and then I'll decide who I think will win when the fight actually happens.
Absolutely. So Mr. Tomato says, yeah, they picked someone else's comments. The episode does happen. That could be you guys' episode. Peak. That were just wrong. Ben versus Green and Superman versus Goku. I have to agree with Ben versus Green still. I still don't understand that one, but the Zoto bro thing.
I gotta lie.
They tried to explain it, but there's a cat out there. Was it Ink Man, whatever his name? Remember, I even put the video, like the description.
Yeah, you did. Like that dude just went full out.
He literally just straight up debunked it. He did. I was just like, based on that,
he dropped it before even the death battle even happened.
They should have hired this Ink guy to at least argue the damn. You know what I mean? Like when they do these fights, I get it. They have like a normal like. Here's the thing. They need to treat their research people like they treat their voice actors. Find the right one for the right job.
Yeah.
I know it sounds harsh to the research people if they have like a full-time job working there, but their problem is their job is just to do the same shit every month.
Yeah.
Instead, find the best person for the best job. For instance, Cough Rockley last time. Should not have hired him. But that's okay. It happens. It's okay. But they thought somehow they thought he was the best voice actors for the best job.
He wasn't. I'm sorry. I still stand by that.
Again, to me, I would find the biggest Naruto fanboys. Again, you don't want. Of course, there could be people that can highball people. I get that, but again, you find people that can back it up and everything, and then there could be people that can cross-check the reference and they can debate. And for every fight, to me, the researchers should be just as interchangeable as the voice actors. I think that would make their show better because having the same consistent researchers, you're going to get the same results mostly. Unless somehow there's a corporate meeting and they go, hey guys, Goku lost twice, so you guys know what you got to do. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that either.
Appease the fanboys, pretty much.
Yeah. So like, it's hard,
Yeah, it's hard, but
it's a conversation. I end up arguing with myself with this. I don't know how to.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up. We'll just see how it's gonna go.
Thank you so much for joining, man. Last quick comments here. There's also the fact Beerus is holding back. Yes, that's true. Galactus multiversal. Good point. Galactus almost killed the infinite universes. Hulk doesn't scale to him, but he's definitely above Form 1 Frieza. Oh yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, Frieza was able to destroy a planet with one finger in his baby form.
Yeah.
He got like literally 10,000 times stronger. So, in my opinion, Planet Namek Frieza, in theory, based on the number output, should be whipping everyone's ass. But
yeah,
again, I don't understand numbers apparently. If I ever do a versus debate show, Brian, yes, Hulk isn't that strong normally, but in the future he does. Okay.
Yeah, we're saying
Dragon Ball. I will never get in. Yeah, probably.
That's a smart Ink Tank. That's what he was referring to. Ink Tank. That was the one you were referring to.
Yes, what did I say? Ink Think or some shit.
Yeah.
Ink Think. Yes, I think I did say some crazy shit. But at the end of the day, you guys, this job here is just entertainment purposes only. Don't take it personally. Anything that comes out of our mouth. We're just here to try to guess it and everything. Ivan's staying neutral. Of course, I'm going to just root for Brawley no matter what. That's kind of what I have to do.
Yeah.
But I'm also using the facts I know and based on the research Ivan knows. But some of you guys in the comments brought up some more feats that really could turn it in Hulk's favor. Power scaling him to Galactus, that's great. But then we also could power scale Beerus and all that them to Beerus. Like, how would Beerus do against Galactus? I don't know. So, like, that would be the next question. Unfortunately, we're out of time here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining this live stream. We really do appreciate it. Again, last chance, spam, like, if you guys think Broly's going to win right now, say Brawley in the comments or Hulk. And also hit the like button real quick. And then, that's all we got to say for this video. So, I hope you guys really did like this video. And Galactus Beerus says Brian. So, Brian is totally convinced that it's just a DC world. Congrats. I know nothing about Marvel, DC, or Dragon Ball. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Well, guys,
So, Take care.
I guess so. Take care, guys. Be sure to watch the next episode. Peace, guys.
We're out.